Gnothi Seuton, something good is going to happen to you today. Love, peace, blessing, healing, all manner of good things and happiness, health, healing unto you and your family. And want to talk about really lovely, exciting topic, parasites. And I think probably, my goodness, I would have to say that the movie Rocky was one of the most powerful influences to be health-minded myself. His example of training and making the body strong, and then I was in the military and experienced just healthy athletic training, lifestyle. And then when it came to actually, keeping the body healthy, on just about every level, aside from any type of physical training, was when my wife came home with a book. I think it was a free book that she got at a church, and it was titled, I'm pretty sure, The Fungus Link by Doug Kaufman. And we thought, Fungus Link, what's this? But for some reason we felt led to read it, and we read it, and we found out about the role of fungus in our diet, and how it can wreak havoc in your body and how it can create disease. And that's when we first started having a just a mentality to recognize that some things are toxic and they create disease, and toxins in the body are what creates disease. And then we came across Hulda Clark. Very interesting story, personal story of herself, and her personal research. And her book is, I believe it's A Cure or The Cure for All Diseases, A Cure or The Cure, I don't remember, I haven't read it in a while. And it supports the same idea, and that there is a underlying cause other than inflammation for disease, and it typically in their research is a type of parasite. And of course, both of their books, give you step-by-step methods that you can practice to remove them from your body. And very powerful. Certainly a turning point in just about everybody's life who came across this information and practiced it. And with the idea of parasites. So I read a study, or I heard somebody who was talking about a study, I can't say for sure, that when people have a buildup of candida, that candida now is able to release chemicals in your gut, and then that make you think that you're hungry, and make you think that you're hungry for specific foods. Foods that that feed the candida. And so they found that some people with a candida overgrowth, they'll just feel hungry for a food, and they'll get up and they'll go to the kitchen and grab it, and it turns out that it's the candida that's actually influencing the person to go get the food, and you're actually just feeding the candida. So very powerful. So for all of us, we certainly want to look into this subject. And that's the great thing about Gnothi Seuton, know yourself. You can know whether this is an issue for you or not, and or you can be led from your inner spirit, from your inner knowing, from your intuition, from your God-given gift to be able to know and to understand, and to know if this is something that is important for your overall well-being. And when you start to recognize energy, when you start to recognize the laws of the universe, and you start to recognize that there can be quite a few different things that can influence you to miss out on universal benefits that are given to every human freely, to be able to have a powerful existence, life existence, and live an authentic life. And this is one of them. When taken to the extreme, if you've ever heard of zombie ants, there's even zombie moose. I think the zombie moose is a little bit more rare, and I believe that's an actual white-tailed deer virus that creates the zombie moose. But the zombie ants are very common. I think it's a cordyceps fungus that actually causes that. And but with zombie ants, the fungus grows on the ant, and then it actually drills holes through the ant's skull and into the ant's brain, and then basically drives the ant around to a place that is beneficial for the fungus to be able to reproduce. So it's complete takeover, of the being, by a fungus, by a parasite. And then when I ended up doing, research, which was unrelated, was in a religious, spiritual context, because I kept looking for the oldest version of the scriptures. I was studying the scriptures, and I kept finding an older version, and finding an older version, and finding an older version, finding older versions of just portions of the scripture, and I eventually found what I personally believe to be the oldest. And it's so interesting because they tell a different story, of creation, and a different story of the, evil influence that is keeping humans from fulfilling their full potential in life as, beings that are here to experience ascension. And the evil force that this scripture tells us always falls into the category of parasites. So I not stumbled, I believe I was divinely led to this resource, and this was, oh my goodness, 10, maybe 15 years after I came across the other research about parasites in the body, and then in my search for the most authentic version of the scriptures without having any governmental world government influence upon the translation, I believe I found it, and it classifies all forms of evil, what people would consider maybe the devil, Satan, demons, Lucifer, into the category of parasites. They don't have their own energy. They don't have their own source. They have to feed off of others. So, I could have, well, I was like super whoa, when I came across that and read that, and the account of it is actually quite amazing. Very, very, for me at the time, it was overwhelming based on everything that I, was currently experiencing with, this awareness of parasites and being able to detox. And there's lots of them out there, lots of detoxes out there, and for the body. And they're real simple. Dr. Hulda Clark, or if you just, Google Hulda Clark, you can find a resource, or many resources, to be able to use, her findings, the findings of her research, to be able to go on a diet that will cleanse you of these parasites. I would certainly recommend getting her book because it's very, very in-depth. And what is really, really cool is that she actually, as well as using herbs, black walnut hulls, wormwood, and what's the other one? Black walnut hulls, wormwood, and cloves. Yeah, cloves, to be able to detox. They all have different functions on parasites. One kills them, one paralyzes them, and the other one, goes to work on their eggs, which is the big thing, getting them completely out of your system. You got to get rid of the eggs. But she also used frequencies. So here we are back to energy. back to energy in the form of frequency and vibration, which is to me super cool. So when we look into the area of parasites, most of us were aware of them, through our pets, and recognize that if a pet gets a parasite, you can tell it just diminishes their health very, very quickly, lowers their demeanor, and you can, when you know your pet, it changes, their character, and so it can do the same thing. It does do the same thing for us. I mean, they've recently discovered that Candida is saying, "Hey, Bob, wake up, go get us some ice cream." Bob is stand up next thing. He's at the freezer with the hot rod, shoveling it in, And so when we come to awareness, especially when our own best interest is in we're thinking of becoming our authentic self, Genothi Seitan, knowing ourself. This can be a strong influence for many. I know, when you actually do a parasite cleanse, it's a powerful reaction in your body. When they're actually dying in your body, they release ammonia, which goes straight to your brain, and can make you very, very emotional. It can cause anger. Actually, for a lot of people, it makes it almost impossible for them to sleep. It gives them, amnesia. Wait, I forgot what I was going to say. It gives them insomnia, and just a lot of powerful, reactions in the body. But once you get rid of them, oh my goodness, you can tell the difference. And it's really incredible. If you Google any of the parasite, human parasite images, flukes are some of the most terrible ones. But when you Google them and you look at them, I mean, they look like the image that would be portrayed or has been portrayed in all forms of art and ancient artwork. I mean, they look like dragons. I mean, they look like eels. I mean, they just look like terrible, terrible creatures. And so maybe the all the apocalyptic movies and everything that we're experiencing, so popular now, that have these just overwhelmingly gargantuan spaceships and beings that invade and overtake us. Maybe the truth is they're not so big, they're not so large. Maybe they're just microscopic, tiny little parasites that are affecting us. So Genothi Seitan, love, peace, blessing, all the best of everything unto you. Something good is going to happen to you today and your family and your loved ones. And you enjoy your most authentic life. Love, peace, blessing, shalom, namaste.